This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk us through this 2023 Sunset Trail model 272 BH. Okay, so this is not a sales video. It's a how-to video. I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work. All right. So here we go. We have powered stabilizers. So you have one switch controls both rear, another switch controls both front. Very simple. You don't lift the trailer with them, you just stabilize it. So you have a door that goes right into the bathroom here. This is a quick connect for the sprayer. You get a coiled sprayer. That's for water, of course. Now, let's see what we've got here. This griddle here, or grill, has to be connected to the quick connect down here. So if you can see it down there, right there. So you do have a line here, and you have to plug that into the LP system right there. So okay, plug that line in. Okay, you have this refrigerator, of course. That's the vent for your furnace. Outside speakers, power, awning with LED strip. You have a power, AC power plus TV signal out. Okay, that's your front stabilizer switch. Okay, whoops. So you're getting a hitch with this. Is a Husky centerline weight distribution hitch with built-in sway control. We'll show you how that operates when you pick up. You also get two cranks with this. Let me show you here. You get this crank here. Now this small crank here is for the power tongue jack if it happens to fail. I'll show you where that hooks up. And this one here is a cylinder with a slot cut in it. Okay, so that cylinder with a slot cut in it is used for the power stabilizers if they happen to fail. So for any reason they stop, you can use that crank and you can come over to the off door side. And let me go to the back, it's easier to see. And you can see they have a shaft with a pin through it right there. Well, that cylinder with a slot will fit right over that, and you can actually crank these manually if they happen to fail for any reason at all. So you can always get them up. Okay. Now when it comes to the power tongue jack, you can pull this plug off the top here, and you can use that small crank on there if you ever need to, and you can crank that manually also to get yourself out of trouble. You have a deep cycle marine battery. That's the kill switch for the battery. The battery's on right now. Of course, you have two LP tanks with automatic changeover regulator. That is your dump hose there. You have a little reducer for your power cord, your short cord. And when we come around here, you have your sprayer. I showed you that one spray port where you can plug this right in there, and then you have fresh water. Now this is the water hookup here. The most common way to get water to the trailer is the city water hookup right here. You're just going to hook the hose on there, turn it on, and you got all your plumbing will work. If you're camping someplace that doesn't have city water, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank right here, and then use the onboard pump to pump the water. I'll show you where the switch is for that when you get inside. If you have city water, you don't have to worry about the tank or the pump. That's just if you're camping in the boondocks or someplace that they don't have city water. Okay. This is your black tank flush here. Like it says on this sticker, leave the black tank valve open when you're using that. So you're going to hook the hose at the dump station on there, and then when you dump your black tank, you're just going to pull it and dump it and leave the valve open, right? Then you'll turn on the water to your black tank flush, and it'll spray out the inside of your tank, clean off the sensors really well so you get a good accurate reading. But always do it when the valve is open, okay? That's obviously important. More storage here. Okay. This housing up here tells us it's pre-wired for a Furrion backup camera kit. We do have those if you're interested. You have a ladder, which makes it easy to inspect the roof. The manufacturer states every 60 to 90 days you should inspect the roof. Check for any kind of cracking or failing of the sealant that would allow water to get through. Check to make sure none of your roofing attachments or roofing material were damaged by low branches or road debris, anything like that. You can't see what's happening unless you go up there, so do that regularly to stay ahead of any potential problems. You got a 30-foot, 30-amp power cord. All right. This is, I don't think this is open right now, but all that's in here are your hookups for your campground cable or campground satellite. This particular trailer has on-demand hot water, so this is your on-demand water heater. I just flicked that. You always want it on. This is an on-off switch. When you go put it into storage, you can shut it off, but generally you're going to keep it on just like that. For any reason it's not working, come back here and check to make sure it wasn't shut off accidentally or something like that. But I'll show you the control panel when we get inside, okay? All right. Okay. All right, so let's go inside and see what's happening. Another super hot day. Okay. Alrighty. Let me turn the lights on in here. So, okay. So this is your control panel here. So your slide out control switch is right here. Okay. Your awning, power awning is right here. Never leave the awning out unattended. Okay. Your water pump is right here. We talked about using the water pump to pump water out of the fresh water tank if you don't have city water. You also use that to winterize the trailer. You have tank heaters on this one, so you can extend your camping season. So all of your holding tanks, your black, your gray, and your fresh water tank have heating pads on them. You can turn that on there and it extends your camping season. And then of course you have your battery, your fresh water, black 1 and black 2. This just has a black, just one black tank on it, so you just disregard the second one. And they graduate up in 1/3 increments, okay? Your keys are hanging here. Alrighty. Let me turn this on here so they don't croak. Always run the AC on high or low auto. That's the best way to run it. Okay. So, microwave here. This is a range hood with a light and a fan in it. Your range, you have a sparker here. You turn this clockwise to spark it. Then you have your 3 knobs for the 3 burners, and then you have your oven here. So let me see if he's got the gas turned on. Yes, he does. So it's that simple. The oven is a little different. There's a pilot light all the way at the back at the bottom. Maybe we can see it spark here. Let's look. Yep. So you can see it sparking back there. So what you do is you go to the oven knob, you go to the picture of the flame, the pilot light, you depress it, you keep it depressed. Then you spark this till you see it light down here. Once it lights, you hold it, still depress it for another 10 or 15 seconds to heat up the thermocouple. Then you're going to go to temperature. When you shut it off, the flame goes out, but so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. Okay. Let me just look around a bit here before I get too far. Okay. All right. So this is your power converter right here. This converts AC to DC power. So when you're plugged into shore power, you have 120 AC right here at these circuit breakers. These are just like the ones you see at home, and they're all labeled, okay? Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC over here, so you got 12 volt fuses here, and they're all labeled. So that converts the AC to DC power. Also, as long as you're plugged in, it's going to sense how much energy your battery on the tongue has and needs, and it'll send as many amps necessary to keep your battery charged. So when you're pulling down the road, your tow vehicle's alternator will charge the battery, and then, of course, when you're plugged in, this power converter will charge the battery. All right, it auto detects the type of battery you have. All right. Okay. The refrigerator is 12 volt DC refrigerator. It runs on 12 volts DC. This is also model, I believe. No, so that's it there. You have your freezer and then your regular refrigerator. Okay. Always travel with this down if I didn't mention that to you. I think I might have, but. Okay, your remote is right here. This is not just a television. It also has FM radio. It has Bluetooth, so you can stream wirelessly. It has 2 speaker zones inside and outside, inside the trailer and outside the trailer, or both. It has USB on the front of the TV and on the back, so you can hook up whatever you need to. Okay, and it's on a swing-out bracket, as you can see. This bracket will also lock into place. It's got a magnet there, so make sure you lock it into place when you're traveling, so it doesn't flail around or anything. Okay. So you can drop this table down, turn this into a bed. That is your pack with all of your literature in it. This is a hide-a-bed, I believe, yes. You pull the cushions off the back of this, it's a hide-a-bed. Pull the cushions off, set them aside, and then you grab it down here, fold it out, and drop the legs, and you've got another bed. Of course, you have your 2 bunks. All right. Here in the bathroom. Sink and shower work like any other sink and shower. Keep in mind that all receptacles are wired through a GFCI, even the one on the outside. So just because it's not physically a GFCI doesn't mean it's not wired through one. I mean, as a matter of fact, like I said, they all wire through them. So let me look around a bit and find the main one. If I can see it from here. I can't see what that is back there. Okay. I'm not giving up now. Well, heck. I've got to know. Oh boy. I committed myself to it, so I'll find it. Let's see if I can get closer over here. Well, I can't see. Well, you'll have to trust me on this anyway. I went from I'll find it for you to you'll have to trust me. Oh, here it is. Okay. So this is the actual physical GFCI with the reset button right here. All the receptacles in the trailer, including the one on the outside, are wired through that. So if you're using something outside or back here that pops, you're still going to reset it right there. Okay. This is your on-demand water heater here. Now, it's set at 120. Keep in mind that once you've turned it on, you have to have 2 things. You have to have a water source that it can access. So you either have to be hooked up to city water with the city water turned on, or you have to have water in your water tank with your water pump turned on. If you don't have one of those, then it will not light the gas. It's a safety device, so keep that in mind. So you need gas and you need a water source in order for it to turn on. But when you do, I just switched to Celsius there. I didn't mean to. There you go, Fahrenheit. It's set at 120 here. You up and down here. But when you turn on the water, see, we don't have a water source turned on, so you have to trust me on that. Well, here, I can do this. You don't have to trust me at all. I'm sure there's water in the tank, so we'll just turn on the water pump. And I can show you that way. So you see water, now it's just cycling, and it'll light in the middle. There you go, it's just lit there. So now it's up to 97, 102, 110, 113 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's getting really hot. So that's all there is to it. As soon as I shut it off, the flame will go off and it'll still cool itself with the cooling fan. So it's that simple. It gives you endless supply of water. So let's see what else. You have a fan up here, obviously. The toilet itself is a typical RV toilet. It has a flush pedal. When you get to the campground, you hook up your power and your water. Then you'll come inside, you dump a dose of chemical right in the bowl. Then you step on the flush pedal and hold it down where water swirls into the black tank below along with the chemical. And you hold that down long enough to put at least a gallon of water in the tank along with the chemical. You can use more than a gallon, just don't use less, and you'll be fine. If you don't do that, if you don't use water and chemical, that's considered using it dry. And if you use it dry, it'll get clogged up, it'll smell terrible, and it'll just be a mess. So you always want to use chemical and at least a gallon of water. You can use more water, just not less than a gallon. Okay? Alrighty. Shut that off. Now let me look around and see if I forgot anything. I think we got pretty much everything covered. This is a pre-wire here. I know it says 4G on it, and that's an option, but most people are interested in, this is a pre-wire, right? So if you scan this code, it'll take you to the different products. You'd want the public Wi-Fi booster. That's what people are interested in, so your family gets better Wi-Fi. That would consist of an antenna that goes on the roof, that's already prepped up there, and then a box, a router box, would fit right on here. And so you would have a router with a digital public Wi-Fi signal booster, and your family would just get better, stronger Wi-Fi. So that's another pre-wire, like the backup camera. It's just pre-wired for that. So if you're interested, you can look into that. Okay. Alrighty. The last thing I didn't mention is the carbon monoxide LP gas detector, which is right here. It should always be glowing green. If it's not glowing green, get it serviced. You can also test it like that. Okay, goes through carbon monoxide, it'll go through gas right there, and now it'll tell you low battery alert, real slow. So when it beeps slow like that, it's telling you your battery's low. So keep in mind that should always be green and always should be working, if not, get it serviced. When it comes to your thermostat, you just hit the mode bar to light it up and you keep poking it. Like I said, if they give you an option of auto, when it comes to the fan, always take it. That's the best way to do it, all right? TV hookup in here and a backer plate here for a bracket if you're interested. So, okay, I think that covers it then. So I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember what I said about inspecting the roof every 60 to 90 days. That should be part of your regular maintenance. It's obviously important. Most people, generally speaking, don't inspect the roof enough, so keep after it. Odds are you won't have to do anything for years, but you don't know that. That's why you got to look. And right now this is in camping mode, so it's got water in the system, and it's all set to go. So if you have any more questions, we'll answer for you when you pick up, and we'll go from there, okay? Thank you.